Let's play P Racing by Resolve Productions on the Playdate. Let's take a look at what's on offer here. We have a race mode, various missions. There are 11 different missions, which is fantastic. A time trial mode, an arena game, which is kind of like Rocket League. I'm not going to get into it. The star of the show is the racing. I couldn't get into the Rocket League style game. We have lots of challenges too. Enjoying the Cone Master. Just over halfway completing that, and there's plenty more there. We have a replay mode and settings, and within the settings we have what you would expect. Graphics quality low, just because I'm recording this on a computer. Tweak this and that. And then you have your suspensions where you can fiddle with that. I've just left it alone, but it's nice to know you can have a little noodle in there if you wish. So let's get into some of the racing. There are 8 tracks to play across 3 difficulty modes, and you have 4 CPU players to play against. Load times in the UI, very fast, very smooth. And of course the graphics for this 2.7-inch screen playing out across a 1-bit grayscale, I mean, they're phenomenal really. Got the Alps in the distance, the road is wide and clear, you're never not knowing where you're going, you can see exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It is baby chin smooth at 30 FPS pretty much throughout the whole thing. In effect, this is just a really nice playing experience. It's just like very precise from the controls, really simple controls, left and right, speed up and brake. You can engine brake too, which is how I play these types of games. It's really fun, it's really precise. Even though it's a small screen, it's perfectly suited for this layout, so it works well, and it's very clear what you're doing and where you're going. Very pleasing graphics, really pushing it to its limits. So kudos to the team for creating something that looks this good on such a tiny handheld. It also has online leaderboards, which is something I really enjoy, which is super cool. Let's take a look at a different course here. This is Palm Beach. Now, of course, this may remind some of us of Outrun, which I think this is kind of its closest relative, or a nodding acquaintance at least. It is that same pick up and play arcadey feel. Outrun had a bit more charm, but then again it was the 80s and I've got my nostalgic glasses on. It was also, of course, colourful. But this game, if I was to sort of give it a critical mark, would be it lacks a certain amount of charm, but you know, it's an arcade racer. I'm not sure it really needs to be having you weeping at your wheel. But maybe a little bit of customization for your race badge, something like that, just add a little bit more engagement or something. I'm not sure. Maybe a few ads with some witty comments on them or something like that. But as it stands, that's not really the point of playing this game. What you want to play is a well-made, solid, great running, challenging pocket race game. Then this is definitely for you. I'm on medium mode here. You know, you get those adrenaline spikes like you do with racing games. You know, you have to focus on the race course. It's a challenge and it's fun. It's not that deep, but you wouldn't expect it to be, but what you get here is incredibly well made. It's a really good game, and I'll make sure to put their sort of how they made it blog link in the comments. Sound wise, the incidental music is really great. It gets your pulse racing. It's bombastic, suitably kind of let's get ready to race kind of epic pomposity. You know, it works really well. But the actual in-game music, it's okay. It's fine. It's very kind of its time. If they're trying to evoke that kind of Outrun arcade era, they've done really well in that. It sort of works with the game. I'm not that keen on the music. There's 8 different sound scores to each course, which is great. They're all very different. Palm Beach is quite nice, you know, but the rest I can kind of take or leave. But then they don't really grate. It would be good to be able to turn the engine noise off. I haven't figured out how to do that. I'm not sure you can, but it's not. None of this is a deal breaker. You can turn the whole thing down and just play it, and it works just as well. But each course definitely requires a different approach too, so it doesn't get too samey. Each course is either like a kind of flow, or you have to be a bit more aware of sharp turns, different braking techniques and all of that kind of stuff. So you do have to bring a level of concentration, and there is a challenge here to overcome. It's never frustrating or, you know, irritating or unfair. It never glitches. It's a really, really, really well made game. So I'm quite enjoying that. So let's talk about scores. I mean, the graphics I think would be a fair 9. They're so solid for what this, for the power of the device, and what they've managed to pull off here is really phenomenal. It looks great. The sound I would give is a 7. It's good, you know, it's just not to my liking. It's technically great, I suppose, you know, it works really well with the system. It fits the game. The incidental sounds are fine, but nothing too inspiring in the sound department for me. So I think, you know, a competent 7. If I was to be a bit meaner, I might say 6.5. Gameplay, 8. There's loads to do here. It's really well made. It's super fun to play. So just have this in your pocket, a thing the size of a post-it note, and get this kind of racing experience is really wonderful. It's got lots of missions and different challenges, so it should keep you occupied for a good while. So overall, I would give this game a 9 out of 10. It's a must for your Playdate collection.